Is this even legal? Everything is covered in baby blue.
You have white crocodile Himalayan leather here.
The G-Wagon has become one of the most iconic cars on the planet. It's a status symbol, it's luxurious, it's mean. And tuning brands all over have used it as a platform to make even crazier G-Wagons. From the six-wheeler Brabus XLP Adventure to the one-of-one Hofele that sounds like gunshots when you rev it.
What is going on?
We've traveled the world and researched to bring you the ultimate list. These are the craziest G-Wagons on the planet. First up, the massive Brabus 6x6.
This Brabus costs $1.8 million. Check this out. This is the 6x6 Brabus XLP 800 Adventure. How crazy does this look? These are some of my favorite. I mean, this is a 6x6, it looks crazy. Now, let's look at this car in general, right? First of all, crazy body. This is 47 centimeters of clearance. This is designed for off-roading. You have, bam, 800 horsepower, which is crazy on something that has 6 wheels like this. Carbon fiber details everywhere. You have the wide star body kit that you see throughout the car. This car is 6.18 meters long. That is so long. Like, if you got to park this in Italy, impossible. Forget about it. On the top, you know, the off-road fog lights. Of course, you have the Brabus pins going down on the grille. On the side, gigantic tires. This is rocket gray. You've seen this on the, you know, Brabus Rocket 900, et cetera, et cetera. But I love the orange and dark gray and carbon fiber. Of course, my favorite detail on the outside, illuminated exhaust tips in red. So this is basically the area that gets everyone's attention, right? The extra 2 tires. And one thing that this one has that the previous one didn't is this step. Look at this. How nice is that? So now, when you hop inside, it's very unlikely that anybody actually uses this space for something practical, but you do have it just in case. Gigantic roll cage. I mean, look at the size of these bars. If this thing rolls over, this looks indestructible. And of course, when you open the door, the running boards pop right out, because if it wasn't for this, it would be impossible to hop inside. I mean, genuinely, like, rip your pants just to get in, right? So with this, makes life a lot easier. Now this is the interior. Everything is in orange, nice stitching. You have the Masterpiece badge right there. And let's go to the front. Have a look. The inside is just modern elegance. Everything on the inside is the latest G-Wagon. You have a nice little 6x6 icon right there to play around with your axles and your diff locks and all that. We turn it on. There you go. Next stop, the Hofele. Check this out. Look at the steering wheel. Now that is a controversial feature. You either love it or you hate it. Basically, this is the Hof Sur, and it's inspired by Formula One Petronas. You can see the Petronas blue on the rims, on the trim. The entire stance is lowered, 24-inch center locking rims, and you have that touch of gold because Mercedes Petronas does have a little splash of gold in their designs too. And the steering wheel you just saw, of course, inspiration from a Formula One car. The Hof badge down the middle, side exhaust, of course. Right. So let's get a closer look at this. You have these pieces that you normally have on Mercedes steering wheels anyways, and they've adapted it to this kind of yoke shape, right? Over here, this is like raw carbon fiber, no gloss, no matte. One small little detail I want to show you, if you look up, that's the Yas Formula One circuit. Again, everything paying tribute to Formula One. All right, you gotta listen to this because it's loud. That is the loudest G-Wagon that I have heard so far. That is ridiculous. That literally sounds like gunshots. The price of this is around $750,000 with the entire upgrade. Let's take it for a short little drive. Oh my. What is going on? Is this even legal? This is the loudest car I think I've ever driven. It's too crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god, man! Next up, the Onyx. This is the G8X Onyx Rage. It's Rage because this car is mean. I mean, it's got angles going on everywhere. It's completely covered in forged carbon fiber, and there's only 5 in the world. The Onyx logo is a diamond, so you're gonna see that diamond shape everywhere, like on the grille. You see that? Diamond, diamond, diamond. Here on the bonnet, you have small diamond cutouts in baby blue, which actually matches the interior. You have these kind of angular ambient lights on the side, which look great. Beautiful aesthetic. And on the side, 24-inch Onyx rims. And the price of this entire body kit, the inside, the outside, and the engine, is $230,000, making the total price of this car fall just under $600,000. Now on the side, of course, G-Wagon, double side exhaust. This one looks a little bit more futuristic. It's kind of wrapped. And next to it, you have more diamond cutouts. You also have a big X. All right, how nice is this interior? Everything is covered in baby blue, head to toe. Every surface is leather. Small details like the X, because this is the G8X Onyx, so the X is a recurring theme throughout this car. I love the stitching pattern. That also extends to the floor mat and even on the door. And then you have all this forged glossy carbon fiber in the center too. Just looks nice. Feels very, very premium. Onyx badge down the middle. Listen to how this sounds. You ready? I didn't realize that this car was electric. All right, well, this one's got a rev limiter. I wasn't expecting that. Take it out. What are we doing with a rev limiter here? Again, only 5 in the world. Let's see how it feels. So earlier I was revving it, you know, in neutral parked, and there was obviously a rev limiter on it, but the second that you actually drive on the road, you can hear them. Yeah, okay, great. Pops are there, nothing to worry about. Up next, the Cavani. And this is the Cavani G-Class 820, and every single one that Cavani makes is completely unique. Everything is pretty much in-house German carbon fiber. Nothing dipped. Take a look at this. Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber. Couple of extra lights, for example, on the sides, more like light strips. Gives it a nice little touch. At the top, you have very aesthetic fog lights too. 24-inch rims, orange trim around it, weighted badge so that when this is rolling, it stays upright. And my favorite feature, triple exhaust. Now, we've seen double exhausts, but the triple takes it up a notch. Cavani does everything according to whatever the owner wants. So not a single G-Wagon in the world looks like this. So take a look at the back. Carbon fiber spoiler, more arrows on the side, Cavani wheel cover. And I'll give you a sneak peek of the interior because everything is covered in leather. This is quilted, very premium, luxurious. This is the color that the owner wanted. I'm 100% down with it. Great color combo. A couple of things on the interior. First of all, everything you see is leather. Leather on the roof, leather on the bucket seats, quilted leather, it's nice. On the floor mats, on the dash, everything is covered in leather here. Now, these are bucket seats, but my favorite feature that I actually haven't seen anywhere else is the headrest. When you adjust it, it has this kind of like air suspension-esque piece between the headrest and the seat. So when you elevate that the same way that a suspension would, you see how it compresses and then it elongates? It's a very small detail, but I actually really appreciated it because I haven't seen that anywhere, and I'm surprised. The steering wheel is glossy carbon fiber, orange race strip, Cavani down the middle. They've redone the exterior, the interior, the engine. So the engine is 820 horsepower, but it's also fine-tuned for perfect sound. Let's hear what that sounds like. Let me put it in neutral real quick. on is around 3,000 RPM, but how good does that sound? It pops everywhere. Just feels nice when it pops like that. All right, now, boom, Starlight roof. It is like 47 degrees Celsius outside, and inside I have the AC off so it doesn't bother the mic. So we are making a sacrifice. We are sacrificing our lives right now to bring you this content. So make sure you like the video. I'm dying right now. All right, should we drive it? Let's do it. Right, so actually what's surprising is that they've made this car, a G-Class, much more aerodynamic. And honestly, look, a G-Class, it's not the most aerodynamic car on the planet, right? So it is nice that someone's actually genuinely worked on it, not just for show. They've actually put it into a wind tunnel, and it's all about, you know, performance and drive, and it sounds great. On to the next. And finally, the magnificent Carlex.
All right, thanks, Serge. And guys, I know he showed you some cool ones, but I flew all the way to freezing cold Poland. I'm here at Carlex, and I have this amazing retro style one-of-one G-Wagon to show you, and it's the most expensive one in the world. You know why it's so expensive? The paint here has real diamond dust in it. You can't really see because it's very cold and cloudy. These wheels are 20-inch aluminum forged white wall wheels, which I really like, especially this classic Mercedes badge here. Love the two-tone color. Has 3 exhaust pipes. Typically a G-Wagon only has 2, but these are a bit smaller. Check out the back here. It has the spare wheel. Now let me show you another reason it's super expensive. They made this custom pouch here for the key. Let me show you inside. Check this out. You have white crocodile Himalayan leather here, and look up here. This is a Himalayan quartz crystal. I love that detail, so cool. Check out the interior. This crocodile leather is all throughout on the seats, the center console, the steering wheel. Check out the back. Right on the headrests. The center seat is super unique. Now let me show you the back here. Boom, right on the door handle, as well as here. Very cool. Now let's start her up and take her for a drive. Carlex uses the most exotic and exclusive materials for their builds. This one took almost a year to build, and it's $1.6 million. Start her up right over here. What do you think, Sergi?
And that's a wrap on some of the craziest, most over-the-top G-Wagons the world has ever seen. Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which one you'd want to take home, and we'll see you in the next one.